Today we will bring this gigantic castle to life. It dates back to the 18th century and has always belonged to the same family. Mr. Pierre was the last guest of this castle. He was born in 1933 into a large wealthy family. Hunting, the family's great passion, since dozens of heads hang on the wall as trophies. Mr. Pierre studied medicine in Paris. As soon as he graduated, he returned to his homeland. In 1961, he founded the first private medical institution in his area, just 20 kilometers from the castle. To this day, his only son is the director of that institution. It's incomprehensible how the property is in this state, having an heir so close to it. Mr. Pierre was a collector of archaeological pieces. Thanks to his comfortable financial situation, he managed to gather a large and valuable collection. Fortunately, 2 years before his death, Mr. Pierre donated the collection to his local museum, where there is a plaque thanking him for his great donation. If it hadn't been for that donation, could the collection have been stolen? Enjoying myself as I walk with you through this impressive castle. We just came in, and back there, as you can see, there's something like a pool that we'll go check out now. But first, I'm going to show you this part here. Take a look. They're like hunting trophies. And he has a bunch. He enjoyed hunting based on the information provided. Wow, look at that one from there. Let's go see the pool. That would be like a fountain. Yes, it's a fountain. There are more rooms over there. It's a sauna. They even had a sauna here. This shows how much money they had to have this pool here, even with a sauna. The property is impressively huge from the outside. This would be like the back entrance of the house. Here we already have the first little detail where they probably had a statue or something. It's an old seal, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this isn't from here. Wow, the stairs back there. Let's go take a look at them. Look, the floor here. It changes a lot. From here, we enter where I told you the floor is different. and there. They had something like a little bell or a buzzer. What a kitchen. And with its oven and everything. How cool. Did they leave everything nice and clean before they left? Look at the plates, how much detail they have. Here, the paintings. Ah, look, it's a drawing. It's probably a drawing by a child. And the humidity is eating it away from the inside. And here we have the area where they would wash the dishes and so on. The kitchen is really cool, huh? And with the area for grilling. And for making things on the grill. Here is a modest bathroom. Here are the showers. And a boiler room. Well, this whole area here looks like the service area. From here on, only the staff would enter. We're talking about this property being around 300 years old. It's very old. And probably even part of here. The owners wouldn't even come in. That's why the stairs they have. To go upstairs, these here are super modest. Also notice. However, the ones back there, I see they even have a stained glass window. I think they would separate the two areas with these doors. Look at the frame that's here. Golden. A symbol of the wealth these people used to have. Just like the house, which is incredible, and they had another warehouse. It seems like they used this mall for preparations and things like that. Look at the staircase, how beautiful it is. With the stained glass there. Those are probably the initials of the owners. And this is a piano. Why is it closed? This key doesn't turn. It can't be opened. I know they're not from here. Louis Vuitton. There's some keys from Louis Vuitton, probably from some suitcase. Doctor. They're blueprints. Here we have more. And more blueprints. Here, it looks like they had the room for sheets and towels and so on, or it was probably a laundry room. And look again, the same thing is happening on the floor. Obviously, only the maintenance staff were allowed in here too. Let's go up now. What a cool carpet. The stained glass windows are stained glass. Ah, it's like a chest. But there's absolutely nothing. The shields are really cool. Check out the wallpaper. And this right here, an office. Wow. The amount of books. A pipe case. Is it a case for the pipe? I've never seen anything like that, and some really cool glasses. With really thick lenses. Even the new pencils. Look, they even moved the cabinet. Or, well, the shelf. To see what was behind there. Wow, I hadn't seen this mirror. How beautiful. This part is a little messier. This room, why? The wallpaper. Beautiful. Here they had a small living room. There's practically nothing. There are two photographs of a garden. It's probably this one, the garden of the house. Photograph of the garden. Now I'll show it a bit from the balcony. If I remember correctly, there was one here. And look at this living room. Incredible. The lamp is missing here. Look at these frames for the paintings. I mean, there must have been quite a painting there. What kind of clock did they put there to cover it up? This entrance here. There is one. A little medal. 1947. What would this be? How cool. It's operated from above. Here, fabric is used instead of paper. This would be the main living room of the house, because that over there is the main entrance. From the outside, I'll try to show you the main entrance as well, so you can see it. And look at these stately chairs. I can show you this one better. With so much padding. And look, this is an old loom that was given to her, here with the foot. Incredible. There's medicines. This is from doctors of 1974. What we've seen there, doctor. Look at what they had on display here. Look at that big guy. What? Is this? Would this be for communicating? To speak through? To communicate with the surface? Could it be, right? To talk through there, so they could hear him downstairs, to ask for anything. I don't know, maybe I'm just guessing. But that's the feeling I get. Look at all the decorations on the fireplace. How cool. Look, we can go out this way and I'll show you. The gardens from here. Let's see if I can get through. Take a look. And all this part here. Clearly they mowed the lawn recently. It's incredible how much land they had, even for themselves. They have about 1 kilometer of land extending to the back. And here they had another couch, like the one in the dining room we've seen, or the one in the living room. And that room over there is beautiful. We're going to go see it now. What a shame that they're broken. The little figurines. They would be beautiful. Look, this is really here. If you look, these are the windows we saw before. When we entered at the beginning of the video, we came in through there. And look, the animal, it's a dog. It's a dog, sorry. Does it have its tail cut off? Or is it just hidden so you can't see it? Okay, and we also saw this one when we came in, and there, a German Shepherd. Vaccination? It's the animal's vaccination record. His name was Gobiberger Alemano. I suppose he was a German Shepherd. He was born on November 7, 1991, and that's when they gave him the rabies vaccine. Look at the machete that's here. Let's go into this room. With a divan. And that one is huge. Who knows what that is? Could it be the head of a bull? I'm not sure. This isn't the property, it's another castle. It's not the one we're in. It's not the same. There's another one of these. I don't know, I'm not sure what this would be. Honestly, this room is so cool, and all of this is full of trophies. I don't know. I might have been here. And the bottom part too. Look, this was the service staircase, and as you can see, the floor also changes there. There it had parquet, and here it's regular tile. Oh, this part here. I mean, the one we saw downstairs, along with this one. Up to there, I imagine then all of this here would also be the service area, and look, what a tiny kitchen. I imagine it was for them to eat. The house staff. I don't understand why they couldn't have cooked in the downstairs one. But while it was a different time, I guess they didn't want the servants' food to be cooked where they cooked their own. And there we have another bell. So the two bells we've seen downstairs, well, the bell we saw downstairs and this one make two. They're right in what looks like the service area, so it's best to call them. Did it ring here or did it ring downstairs? Did they want something, the gentleman? And this? Wow, what a beauty in this bathroom. I highly doubt she was from the staff. Very ostentatious. And the fountain is beautiful. A fur coat is decomposing the fur. Wake up for real. I was going to go upstairs, and look what I found. There's slabs. I imagine they were the slabs they used to have on the floor in the past. With so many details, with a cross there. Here are probably the initials of the owners, and here in this corner they had more. As an exhibition. And now we're going to go upstairs and look over there. The huge painting that's up there. A beautiful castle, honestly. Look at the painting I was telling you about. And also with a lot of mold stains. There's black mold right behind me too. This mold is super harmful. Look at this display case with the oval glass panels. One, a piece of jawbone. It even has a tooth. Obviously, they put it there afterward because you can tell there were vessels on the top. It's just so big that you don't know where to start, but let's get in here. It's so beautiful, detail after detail, and look. Impressive. It's like a little museum. A very, very beautiful place. Here they've searched through this cabinet. It diminishes some of the place's charm. By doing those things, which battery? Look at this. What details the faucet has. And a huge sink. And right by the door, a mirror. Wow, incredible. Just incredible. This room is absolutely incredible. Okay, there's a photo there. I'm going to cover it so the faces can't be seen. It looks modern to me. It doesn't seem very old. Wow. I mean, with the shoes there and everything. It's like the presidential suite. I don't know why I'm doing the whole video without gloves, but I forgot them in the car. a bunch of shoes. And look, Hotel Savoy Palace, I don't know all the hotels I went to, he would take some sneakers. And here, they had another wardrobe. The safe has been forcibly opened. They've busted it open, and good. Yeah, you see. American Express planner. From 2002. Visa Premier Agenda. This is about credit cards. Look, a checkbook for sure. See? Yes, a checkbook. And here it shows the details of the owner. Well, without a doubt, it's the room I've liked the most. Just imagine waking up here with these windows here, with these stunning views. It's incredible. Let's take a look at this room here. Look at all that black mold. Over there on the wall. There's a large bathroom over there. We'll head in now to see it. And let's see, this one here wasn't too shabby either. With the views. Okay, look, this is the main entrance. And notice that the path is clear. I mean, they don't come very often, but every now and then they have to come. And the bed is huge. It's all empty. Yes, it's all empty. Let's go to the bathroom. This one is quite different. But it still remains really cool. Obviously, they didn't leave here overnight. Because there's no food, which is what usually tells you that they've left overnight, leaving food behind. Cool, the bed. That they have it raised up with a step there. And we come back to this hallway to keep going through the remaining rooms, and there's still one more floor upstairs. All right, let's go in through here. Wow. Oh my, look at everything here. Look at this chair, it's so medieval, so to speak. Check out the details on this chair, all the carvings on the backrest. The bathroom must be here. All made of marble, it seems. Each bathroom was made in a different way. I guess according to the taste of of each person. But it was a big family from what we've seen. And here, another room. Look at those pillows, they're so cool. Oh, it's not just one. Let me see where I can stand so I can show everything. All the paintings. I mean, they've taken a lot of paintings. At first I thought they were robberies, but I think it would be where they had pictures of the family and they wanted to recover them. I noticed they left some behind, but not all. Well, that over there. I think it was a sewing table. It's just that right above there's a lot of mold, just like here. Let's go take a look at this. Yeah, this part, just like the rooms, is a bit more modern, or they've done it in a slightly more modern style than all the others. And on this floor here, they have another bathroom. Even though each room has its own bathroom, there's another one here, which is probably also for the staff. Because that's what there is, just one bathroom, and on top of that, with glass doors. Pretty uncomfortable. Let's go upstairs and... They've really messed this up here. It's true, look at everything they've mixed up. Here, a pretty modest bathroom compared to all the ones we've seen. Maybe this part here and the ceilings are super low, so if you're a tall person, you'd probably hit your head because there are some really, really low spots. I think this would be for the staff? With your hands inside the room. Although the wooden bed is beautiful. And look at the wardrobe. Wow. Here we have another small room. Look, all of this must have been for service. I mean, they had this little sitting room where they could have some leisure, so to speak. Even though they had some pretty cool furniture and armchairs. And here, a small room for resting. They made the rooms for them in the attic. It filled up very high, passing less than a hand's breadth from the ceiling. Here and here you can directly bump into the beam. A library. It looks like it used to be a child's room. Because of the wallpaper. Look, here's a helmet and it looks like it's for a child. And Lego pieces. There are Legos in. Look at the whole library. Although the books don't seem to belong to a child, honestly. Or could it be that this was a playroom? And also here they had a small library. Look at this sofa they have here in the hallway. More books. United States Army. Wow, all the clothes. Upstairs it seemed like I didn't hear anything about clothes. Were there clothes? It's the first time I've seen, I think, a closet full of clothes in this castle. And here we have a door. There's something. Wow, it looks like the pigeons have gotten in there. There's not much. A remote control from some radio-controlled device. Wow, it stinks up here. Look at the chandelier over there, or rather the lamp. This place stinks, eh? A bunch of dead pigeons over there. Let's close this door so they don't get into the rest of the house. Come on, they had more clothes here. This really is full of clothes. The whole upper part. And shoes. I'm going to show you the exterior part of the castle. And it's just incredible. This is the back part. And right here behind, we already have the whole field over there. There's a lot of land. We'll take a look at that area later, but let's go around it. Look, this here also belongs to the castle. We haven't seen that yet. And look at the bell, they had it there. The chain to ring the bell. We've seen this before in a photo. This bust. Or this statue, rather. This is being completely overtaken by vegetation. Come on. Earlier we saw that it looked like you could get in from this side over here. Here they had something like a water reservoir and here a fountain. A shield. And with a lot of details. I don't understand why they would have this. But surely for leisure? To have a drink, so there's some kind of bar? At first I thought it was going to be a chapel. But no, look, here we can go up to the top part. It's a game. It's a game with the scores listed below. Look. You would play with these dates. but I don't really know how. I'm not sure if it's like this. No idea. They would likely jump from here, or with this. And depending on where they landed, well, it would have a score. That one has a score of 10. How cool. Let's see, what was recorded on it? JC. Ah, it's not 40, it's a 40, and there's a JC. What an amazing game. Look, an organ. But this is already super wet on the wood. And the organ got wet too. Does it have an inscription there? It must be the organ's brand. We've already seen everything in this part here. There were very few things to see. Let's go outside and see if I can show you something you haven't seen yet. If not, then we'll just go. Let's head towards the cars. We have some cars over there that we saw when we came in, and they're pretty cool. There, behind the trees, is the castle. And look at everything we have here. Three Land Rovers that, even though they're in pretty bad shape, check out this cool detail. This hat is really cool, like an explorer's hat, so to speak, but inside it's in pretty bad shape. You can tell it's been open for a long time, but I'll show you the front part anyway. And the keys are in. He was really into hunting. I guess that's why he had these cars, because they were for going hunting. Depending on the area, you need four-wheel drives. And this is the one that's in the best condition. All three are in pretty bad condition. Look, what a poster. What cool. Oh, look at the stove. And the car looks beautiful from the front. Canoas? I hadn't seen them, but from here we'll see them better. And the one on top looks like it's for canoeing. I think it's more for sports than for sailing. Let's keep going a bit along the path. And that way you can get an idea of how gigantic all of this is. Notice that there are several paths. Let's take this one. Let's see if we can see the castle from afar. Well, and the land continues that way. There are no other buildings, it's just land. And from here we can see the castle. Look how beautiful it is. Incredible. It's beautiful. Well guys, that's all for now. I hope you liked this video. If so, hit the like button. See you next time.